Hi, I'm Mike Sparrow. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I wanted to briefly talk about video blogging and how to do it for free. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a question online and it said, would you be interested in learning to video blog and learning to do it for free? I got a fair number of responses that came back and said yes, they would. And so I thought it would be worth my time and worthwhile to help them by publishing a few things that I know about. I don't profess to be an expert. My wife and I do maybe a video a day, maybe 5 a week anyway. And we've learned a lot as we've gone. We've learned what works and what doesn't. And we'll share that with you, or I'll share that with you right now. The first question I got back in an email was, gee, I have great content and I have followers on my text blog and on WordPress and on Blogger, and why would I want a video blog? It's really a simple answer to that question, and that is, if you look at the American population, almost 50% of them can't read at a 4th or 5th grade level, and a good portion of those people, better than half of those people, are functionally illiterate who can't read at a 2nd grade level, which means they can't read to their 6-year-old child. They can't read the instructions and the warnings on a prescription bottle, and they can't read a menu when they go into a restaurant. These are not candidates for your valuable content, and yet they might prosper, or they might pick something up that will help them in their life if they're able to get that information. And they are on YouTube, because they can go on YouTube and they can watch videos, and they can watch videos that are popular. They can watch videos that their friends recommend to them. They'll find them one way or another, plus the fact that there are just people who don't like to read. They can read fine, but they just don't like to read, and they'll search YouTube and they'll find all the videos that they need, or they'll find all the blogs that they need to go back to and see the videos. So that's the reason why you want to do video blogs. You'll increase your fans, and you'll increase the breadth of your message. The second thing I got was, gee, I'm camera shy and I stutter and stammer and I can't really do a good job, and oh gee, you know, I'm camera shy too, and I stutter and stammer, but I found out I did that even when I'm sitting in front of a camera, and it is what it is. I mean, you can get in front of a camera and be yourself, and whether you make a verbal mistake or something of that nature, people will forgive you for that. In fact, they don't want you to be too slick. They don't want you to be that used car salesperson who comes out and does all those things, and pretty soon they're walking away with something they don't want. They want to sit down with somebody and they want to have them tell them the truth and tell them something that's going to make their life better. You can do that. You can do that on video. Don't worry about your shyness. If you wait and practice and say, I'm not going to do it until I'm ready, I can guarantee you'll never do it. You'll never do it. I've been associated with hundreds of people that we've worked with and done things with in our business, and honestly, they say that, and as soon as they say that, I know that they're not going to be around for very long, because they won't do it. They just won't do it, because there's embarrassment involved. I mean, you look at yourself and you go, oh man, that's embarrassing. Or you hear yourself and you go, do I really sound like that? And the answer is to both of those is yes, but you know, it's only because you're looking at yourself. When you're out talking to people, you don't see yourself, so you don't worry about it, I guess. But just start doing it and start publishing them, no matter how good or how bad you think they are. Start publishing them and compare the next video blog to the last video blog and see if you're improving. After you've done some, you'll start to get much, much better, and your audience will stay with you. They'll watch you improve, and they'll watch you grow, and they'll appreciate the effort that you put into it. So those are 2 reasons why I think you should video blog. Let's talk about the tools that are available. The first one is what I'm sitting in front of now, and that's my laptop. The first thing you have to get used to using your laptop is seeing yourself, making a presentation back to yourself, I guess. If you have a built-in camera or a camera on your computer, it's a great way to do video blogs, or vlogs as they call them. there are some drawbacks to it. It's not real portable, even though it's a laptop computer. You can't take it outside and walk around. You can't take it and interview somebody with it. But it does a reasonably good job. And if it's a program that came with your computer, it's tied into YouTube, so you can send what you did directly to YouTube and not have to worry about any kind of middle steps that you have to take. Your video goes there, it gets processed, and all you have to do is go pick up the share number or the share URL, and you're set to go. You can share it. I recommend that you use a computer to start if you have that tool available. It's a great way to do it, and it's easy to use. You don't have to worry about it. The other tool that I used a lot and I still enjoy using on occasion is my smartphone. The smartphone, you would have to spend several $100s in order to get a camera that is as good as the one that's on a smartphone. It's a great HD camera, and it does great video, and it'll do really good job for you should you use it. There are a couple things that you have to realize and recognize about it. One is that if you're going to do a video, and that a lot of times you want to have your lens on the top, and you'll video that way thinking that you're going to get a big vertical picture, but you don't. It only takes up about a third of the page when they do it on YouTube, and it looks terrible. You want to always video on the horizontal, and realize that your lens is now way over to this side. And so that instead of, we want to center our nose here all the time. Instead of doing that, we want to make sure that the lens is directly under our nose so that our face is centered that way. And it can pick up a wide range as the computer's doing here. And that the next thing is that it doesn't have anywhere that you can fasten a tripod to it so that you can hold it steady. There are some things online, I guess, that you'd have to spend a few bucks for to get that would clip your camera into them and serve as a tripod. But then if I recommended that you bought that, then this wouldn't be a start doing it for free type of video, would it? That's available to you. So if somebody's holding it for you or you're propping it up, that'll work just fine. Make sure that the person that's holding it and focused on you doesn't put their arms out straight. I won't put my arms out straight here and knock the computer over. But make sure that they bring it in as close as they can and lock their arms to the sides and hold it that way. Number one, you support your arms, you don't get so tired. And number two, the camera stays a lot steadier. So those are a couple things that you want to remember when you're going to use an iPhone or a smartphone and do some videos. It's a great way to do videos, and it's highly effective. And the next thing, or the third thing that we're talking about would be your tablet. Now, this is an iPad, but the other tablets work really good, and they work very similar to your iPhone. And you want to remember also to video on the horizontal, not the vertical. And with both this and the camera, the phone, I'm sorry, that I forgot to mention is that you can push a button and you can actually look, just like I'm looking at the camera on the computer. I can look at this and see myself and see how I'm doing. So that has to be held and doesn't have a tripod set up on it either. So those are the three things that you can use. If you have one of those, then it's no problem for you to get started for free. YouTube is for free, and it's a great place to go. Now, a lot of you will probably ultimately say, I really messed it up at the beginning, and the ending, that's not too good either. I need to be able to edit that video. Well, you can go online and type in free video editors, and there's about 5 or 6 of them that you can get. And you can find one that's compatible with your Apple or with your DOS unit. I guess we don't do DOS anymore. Your Microsoft unit, and that. Oh boy, I just dated myself, didn't I? And that'll work really well. But YouTube also has a small editing or program on it, and you can use that. In fact, I'd recommend that you use that and get to know that, and you can trim up your video on either end, and that'll get you started. And that there's a couple guys that I think you should follow. If you look below this, I always publish a written blog to go with my vlog, and they don't match up a lot of times, so don't look for that. But in that are all the backlinks that you'll need to find these places that I've talked about. There's one for Screenomatic where you can do screen capture. You don't even have to appear on camera by doing screen capture. You can just do it via pictures that you put together and things of that nature. It's a great way to stay off camera and be able to read content and actually sound like you're pretty smooth, I guess. I don't use it that way, but it's a great tool. There's two guys that I follow that I think you'll enjoy. One's name is Gideon Shalwick, Shalwick. His site is listed and backlinked. You can click on that and see his site. He's got hundreds of videos on how to video and how to overcome fear and all the other things. He's really interesting. There's another one who's more technical, and his name is Dave Kowalski, and his address is down there too, and you'll be able to see both of them. You can get on with both of them literally for free and use up a whole lot of really good free content before they ask you to join and follow them for hundreds of bucks. So I recommend that. There are some places other than where you're blogging now. I mean, if you're just blogging on WordPress or Blogger or one of those, and then posting on Facebook, that's just not enough. You have to post in multiple sites, and there are multiple sites that are free. Facebook is great, Twitter is great, LinkedIn is great. There's one called Better Networker is very good. Pingler, and I think I listed about 7 or 8 that are there, along with their addresses, and you can go there. Listen, I hope you'll get to start videoing and that you'll do a good job, that you'll have watched this and said, man, I could do way better than him. And I hope you can. I hope you can. I wish you the best. I wish you God's blessing, and I hope you prosper and your life becomes abundant. God bless.